Throughout history, we've learned to fear the unknown. This fear has been passed down for thousands of years. When we keep thinking the same thoughts, making the same choices, and doing the same things, we end up stuck in a cycle. This cycle creates the same experiences and emotions over and over again. But if we introduce new ideas, knowledge, and ways of thinking, we can inspire change. By encouraging people to make different choices and try new things, they can break free from old habits. In just 4 days, people can start to activate genes that help heal their bodies and improve their overall well-being. All of this just by changing their thoughts, actions, and feelings. The problem is, our brains and bodies are wired to cling to what's familiar. When we try something new, it feels uncomfortable because we're stepping into the unknown. Our bodies resist change because they prefer what they already know. This discomfort can lead our minds to revert back to old patterns of thinking. As we venture into the unknown, uncertainty can overwhelm us. Our bodies influence our minds, pushing us to stick with what we know. If we give in to these familiar thoughts without questioning them, we end up making the same choices and repeating the same behaviors. Even though it might feel right, it's only because it's what we're used to. So, when we want to make changes in our lives, it's about becoming aware of the thoughts we don't even realize we're having. The more we pay attention to these unconscious thoughts, the less they control us without us even knowing. Think of it like this. Inside us, there's this clever awareness that keeps everything running smoothly. Let's call it objective consciousness, or the subconscious. This subconscious is really smart and it works separately from our conscious thoughts. It's in charge of tons of things happening in our bodies every second, stuff we don't even think about, like our heartbeat, digestion, and cell regeneration. It's like having a super-powered intelligence running behind the scenes, handling everything so we can go about our day. This intelligence knows way more than we do about ourselves. It's a fundamental part of every human being, no matter who you are or where you're from. But most of us don't even realize how powerful it is. It's what gives life to everything, and it's always there, constantly keeping things in order. Scientists are just starting to understand this incredible force, calling it different names like the zero-point field or universal intelligence. It's the energy behind everything, shaping the world around us. Quantum physics is only just scratching the surface of understanding its true potential. As humans, we're pretty special because we have 2 types of awareness. First off, there's our conscious awareness, which is all about being aware of ourselves and our surroundings. Then, there's something bigger at play, what we can call objective consciousness, which is like the life force that keeps us going. We get to choose how we live our lives, thanks to our free will. But behind the scenes, there's this greater intelligence that's making sure everything stays up and running smoothly. Science is starting to realize that everything we see, including ourselves, is just the tip of the iceberg. So, how does all of this work? Well, our brain is like the control center for both types of consciousness. Without consciousness, our brain would just be like a computer without power. But when consciousness comes into play, it brings our brain to life, creating what we call the mind. Our mind is what makes us unique. It's where all our thoughts, experiences, and memories come together. And it's all thanks to the intricate connections in our brain, especially in the neocortex, which is like the boss of our conscious thoughts. Our conscious awareness gives us the ability to think about ourselves and our actions, to understand our feelings, and to interact with the world around us. It's what makes us who we are, giving us the power to reflect on ourselves and our experiences. When we talk about someone losing or regaining consciousness, we're really talking about whether they're fully aware of themselves and their surroundings or not. It's like waking up from a dream and remembering who you are. This awareness is controlled by the neocortex, the part of our brain responsible for higher thinking. When we're stressed or feeling threatened, our survival instincts kick in. Suddenly, everything seems like a danger, and we react with impatience, frustration, or judgment. Maybe it's a problem with a coworker or a presentation we have to give. In those moments, we have a choice. We can either let our emotions control us and play the victim, blaming others or circumstances for how we feel, or we can take control and become the creators of our own experiences. Have you ever had experiences like this? How did you cope with them? Share it with all of us below the video. We are here to support you. Even when it's tough, that's when it matters the most. It's about recognizing that we're in a heightened state and taking a moment to calm ourselves down. We can choose to breathe, to remember who we really are, and to act from a place of clarity and intention. It might take a few tries, but each time we choose to respond rather than react, it's a step towards living a more mindful and fulfilling life. In our retreats, we practice this kind of mindfulness even while walking. It's about staying present and awake, even with our eyes open, reminding ourselves to be relaxed in our hearts and alert in our minds. All right, let's give this a try. I'm going to open my eyes and really pay attention to how I'm feeling inside. I want to practice feeling this way, letting my brain do its thing. I'll adjust my posture, change how I'm feeling physically, and walk as if I'm already healed, abundant, and my prayers have been answered. If I keep doing this over and over, it's going to become a habit. We've got different techniques to help us with this. We've got various breathing exercises and meditation practices, whether we're sitting, standing, or walking. The goal is to be able to do it with our eyes open, no matter where we are or what we're doing. If we slip up and go back to our old habits, it's okay. That's just part of the process. How many times do we have to forget before we start remembering? No one cares how many times you fall off a bike. What matters is that you get back on and keep riding. It's a constant journey, showing up for yourself every single day. Sometimes we might not see immediate results, but that's no reason to stop trying. Eventually, when you're so happy and grateful for who you are, that's when magic starts to happen. Now, let's dive a bit deeper into how our minds work. Our conscious mind is where we process our thoughts and information. It's all about self-awareness, self-realization, and perception. This is what makes us, the part of us that can focus on any one thing using our free will. In chiropractic science, we call it the educated mind, and it's centered in our neocortex, the newest part of our brain. With more neurons packed in here than anywhere else, this is where our intelligence really shines. Let's break this down and put it into simpler terms. Consciousness is what helps us process our thoughts and experiences in our brain. When we think or feel something, it's because our brain is sending electrical signals called thoughts. So you can think of the mind as the result of the brain working. Consciousness comes in two forms. The first one is objective consciousness, which is like the life force behind everything. It's what keeps us alive and connected to the world around us. This part of consciousness operates through our midbrain, cerebellum, and brainstem. It's like our subconscious mind. Then there's subjective consciousness, which is located in the neocortex, the newest part of our brain. This is the part of us that learns, grows, and evolves. It's what we call the conscious mind. Once we understand how our brain creates thoughts and mind, we can start to think beyond what we already know. By connecting our conscious mind with this infinite potential, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. Consciousness is the key to changing both our brain and our mind. It's that invisible part of ourselves that influences how our brain works. When we're truly conscious, aware, and present, that's when we can start to change how our brain creates thoughts and feelings. By using our conscious mind together with our subconscious mind, we can upgrade our mental software and rewire our brain. The idea is, if we can change how we think and feel, we can start to see changes in our lives. We can go from feeling like victims of our circumstances to being creators of our own destiny. Our goal is to help people reverse this process. Everything in our lives, people, places, things, is all mapped out in our brain. Our brain holds on to memories and emotions from past experiences, shaping how we think, act, and feel in the present. But if we can change how we think, act, and feel, we can change our lives, and that's where meditation comes in. By taking time to review our thoughts, actions, and feelings, we can start to break free from those unconscious patterns that hold us back. It's not easy, it's actually much easier to forget than to remember, but by overcoming those old patterns, we can start to see real changes in our lives. And that's the exciting part of being the creators of our own lives. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated with our latest videos, and you'll be part of our growing community. Also, make sure to check out the videos on the left and right side of your screen for more engaging content. We've got a variety of topics to explore, so there's something for everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate your support.